Plaintiff Shantae McGee dated the defendant and says the only good thing that came out of it was their son. Shantae claims the defendant accused her of cheating with her witness and claimed her witness was Shantae's son's father. So Shantae petitioned the court for a DNA test, and she's suing for emotional distress. Defendant John Coley says he and Shantae had a good relationship and he wanted to marry her until he found out she had an affair with her witness. John claims Shantae's own mother told him about the affair, so that's why he doubts paternity. John's countersuing for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Yes, Your Honor. The only good thing came out of this man over here is my son, John Hing. He's 51, I'm 29, and all he does is accuse me of cheating.
How old is your son?
My son, he'll be 2 on the 16th of this month.
Mm-hmm.
Me and John, we had a relationship. It really wasn't a relationship. It was more or less what I consider an extended one-night stand.
For how long?
For 5 years.
5 years?
Yes, Your Honor. And them 5
Come
years,
up for water? Bread and water? Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor, I did. In fact, I came up with more than just the bread and the water. I came up with my son.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the defendant, you know, he moved in with me without my consent, so it was more like he was just harder in my space, you know, and when I step out, it's always I'm going to do something, and he wants me to play the role of a girlfriend, but we're not. It even got so bad to where me and Jason Robinson, who is one of my closest, dearest friends, he accused me of sleeping with him, and now is trying to say that my son is Jason's son. So I petitioned the court to prove to him that he's my son's father, and I want him to step up.
Okay, when did the paternity become questionable?
Your Honor,
when did he put it in question?
He said my son's birth certificate at birth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one of his relatives posted on social media that he was too old to make babies. You wasn't too old to sleep with me, so why would you even make that comment that he's too old to make a baby? And because of that statement, he's denying my son. They got in his head, so now it's like, oh, that's not my son. And I have proof, but you signed his birth certificate.
That was how long ago?
2 years.
2 years ago?
Yes, since I
Okay, so
had
he's
my
questioned it for 2 years.
Yes, sir.
He's questioned from the beginning.
Yes.
Okay, it's not like he believed it at one point and then changed his mind.
Oh, he had to have. You signed the birth certificate.
Yeah, you could be because you're standing there, but he still might not believe it. Go ahead, let me hear from you, sir.
Well, Your Honor, I don't understand. Me and Shantae has been in a relationship for quite some time. I'm talking about the relationship was great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I loved her. I even offered to marry her.
What?
I still would, but until I found out she had an affair with her so-called best friend, Jason.
A correction,
Where'd you
Your
get
Honor.
that from?
From a lot of friends and all that there.
No, that's not true.
Plus,
When you asked her about it, what did she say?
she tried to tell me they didn't, but even her own mother told me.
Oh, okay. Now
a lie.
that sounds like a credible person.
So
Yeah,
I
Mom,
was
no,
like-
it's not.
I just took
Let
it
her
from
finish.
there, just see
What did
what's
she
going
tell you, her mother?
Well, her mother told me,
Because
son,
this is
'cause
what
she
you're going to
called-
base your denial, obviously,
Right.
of paternity is based on what people told you.
Right, he's
So the only credible person I've heard so far, other than your buddies, who you whatever, is the mother, her own mother.
Absolutely.
What did her mother say to you to make you believe that the child wasn't yours?
Well, you know me, her mother, we
No, I don't
close
know you at
friends,
all.
We sit down.
Come on, I know you. What?
we sit down, we talk all the time, have our cups of coffee in the morning, you know, and we just start talking about Jaheim and
Cup
stuff.
of coffee in the morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You live with her now?
No, my mom literally stay downstairs
Stay
for me.
downstairs. Me and Shantae currently still in a relationship.
No, we're not in a relationship.
We-
You're just living with me.
We
It's
stay
a big
together
difference.
And won't get out.
No.
we stay
but
together.
How you want to play?
We still in the
How can you
relationship.
even sit up here
She-
and call yourself my man when one, you're denying my son? Okay, that's the problem for me there. And you don't do nothing.
But
like
see,
I
my
can see if
reason-
he was doing the manly things.
He
Other
doesn't
than,
contribute to the household?
no, I do everything back
Is that
alone.
true, sir?
I shouldn't have to contribute to
How?
that.
Why not?
This is not my child.
No.
So
I'm
what?
saying for the roof over your head.
Yes, I do. I contribute when I can.
When you
the
can.
best way I can. Yes,
Why
sir.
can't you contribute like everybody else? Do y'all pay your rent when you
I
can?
pay my rent. No, I
When you
have to pay
can?
my rent
Every month.
every first of the month.
No, you know, 'cause
And what's your belief? They believe they got to pay rent. What you think about
He
life?
believes he can
and
live
about
with
living
free.
under a
I
woman's roof?
I
You think
definitely
you can pay
supposed to
when you
have
can?
participate in the household, which I do.
What
you know, when
percent?
I can.
None.
I participate at least 30% because I wasn't working at the time. So I go out, I do a little day labor or whatever, and whatever I have, I participate.
And when was the last time you had a full-time job?
Probably about 2 years ago, sir.
Why so long ago?
Because of
lazy.
a little situation I had and it's stopping me.
She said you're lazy.
He's very lazy.
No, sir, never lazy.
He's very lazy.
You too old to sit up and play video games all day. I hope that's not your deal.
I don't know how to play them at all, sir. But
Well, that's even worse.
Our
You're watching
relationship-
cartoons.
our relationship,
Go ahead. Let me hear from you, sir.
our relationship was great. Like I said, I loved her and she know I do.
So if you
Until
love me,
I
why you
found
deny
out
my
she
son?
cheated on
Let
me
him finish.
with her so-called best friend. That's what put our
What did her mother
relationship-
say to convince you of that?
Her mother said, son, Jaheim is not your child. And I'm like, Mama, why
When
would you
was
say
that?
that? I can't say the date or when.
Month? 3 months? 6 months?
Oh, this was
1
about
year?
3 months ago. Yeah,
Okay.
about 3 months ago.
Uh-huh.
And due to the fact that she just got out the hospital Sunday, I would have had her here as my witness.
Uh-huh.
She just had 2 surgeries.
So she brought the subject up.
Yes. She didn't want to go through details, so
'Cause it's a
I
lie.
left it alone from there.
That's why.
I just
'Cause
tried
it's
to
a lie.
ride it
Hold
out
on.
with her. I asked her.
How
all
long
the time.
after her mother told you that did you mention it to her?
Ooh, like 2 days after that because I was so stung from
Took
I
you 2
couldn't-
days to even be able to
to
mention it.
come and ask her that because I was
You were
so
stunned for 2 straight days.
I mean, because if someone even approached me remotely, if the situation was on the other hand,
It'd be
I'm
10
coming to
minutes.
you.
Within 10 minutes,
not
10
even 10 y'all to
seconds.
give me a second, not even a half a second.
It took
I'm
him
coming.
2 days.
2 days.
He has delayed reactions.
That's the
When
only
you mentioned
reason
it to
I
her,
went.
what did she say 2 days later?
When she said it's mine, but I'm like, how? And you cheated on me with
Yeah.
Jason.
And she denied that?
And she denied
You
it.
didn't want to tell her mother told you, or you did?
I didn't.
Okay,
because
you
it
didn't
was
want to
started.
jump in between her and the mom.
Well,
And I
yeah.
asked-
All right.
You know what his excuse is why he denies my son?
Why?
He say first of all, my son have sickle cell disease, okay? And he comes up with the excuse that it does not run on his side of the family. However, it runs on my side of the family, okay? Now, he used my son's complexion as an excuse of not being it because my son is lighter than him.
That's not true.
That is very much so true, Your Honor.
Because
And then and that's another thing that makes me so upset because when my son's in the hospital for weeks at a time, getting blood transfusions and, having difficulties, I'm there while you got the privilege of being in my home, eating my food, using my cable, and I'm here taking on all these extra responsibilities.
That's not true.
And
I was there every
his
time he
favorite
went
word
to the
to me,
hospital.
no, you were not.
Yes, I was.
Let her finish.
No, he was not. He was not there. He probably came, a day and left, and then he always stood up here and accused me because I dress what's comfortable for me. Okay, I dress what pleases me. I don't have to dress the way
So
you
he
want me
says
to
you're too
dress.
sexy for him?
Yeah, because he say, Yana, I go checks my mailbox. This man tell me because I got on some shorts and a t-shirt, I'm trying to sleep with the mailman.
That's
Is
not
it
true, Your Honor.
coincidental? Is it coincidental that every time you go out there, the mailman is still there?
And it-
I mean,
'Cause
I know what time my
most people
mailman
you
run.
leave. That's what the mailbox is for.
Well, I know
you
what
leave
time.
the mail, not
yeah.
meet the mail. So he might
right,
be on to
Yardo.
something. If every time the mailman come, you just happen to be
because
out
I
there in
know,
your shorts and
I
your
know.
t-shirt.
I know what time my mailman runs.
Well,
and I
then
like
wait
to
till
get
that
my
evening
mail.
when he's gone,
It
so you
just
don't have to be accused.
It don't just be the mailman. It's be other guys out there too. She greeting
When
them.
the
while she
milkman
got on-
comes, she's there too.
She
The
got,
newspaper
she got on
man.
underwear.
UPS,
She greeting it.
cable.
Yeah, she greeted.
I'm a very friendly
she tried
person,
to
so
do
if I
things.
want
You
to
don't
say
start
hi.
fires intentionally to get the fireman out. You know, some folks that are uniform, that's their thing.
Freaks.
Yeah, they uniform.
tries to
He
distract
said uniform freak.
Well, not in that case.
They like, some
if I
ladies
wanted-
and men, they just like that uniform. I had a buddy used to go to the uniform shop. We would go out or something. He said, stop that uniform shop. I said, what? for the uniform freaks.
What you
Oh, you got women, they love if you dress up, police out, they love the authority look. Police, army, get that uniform on. We'll have no problem at the club.
Well, I guess that can't be the case because I'm with him, so it's not the uniform.
The issue only came up because her mother told you that.
Yes.
That's the only time.
And the way she been cheating, she's used her phone. She on the phone 3, 4 in the morning.
I can be on my phone.
What is your counterclaim for? What does she owe you $1,000 for?
I'm saying for emotional distress myself.
Okay, what did she do to cause you emotional?
She caused me emotional distress by telling me the child is
'Cause it
still
is.
mine. That's why I'm telling her I don't need to pay her emotional distress.
This is the first time you're hearing that your mother told him this?
No, it's not. You know.
So you know your mother has told him in the past the child wasn't here.
Yeah, I do.
So why would your mother do that?
Well, my mom is what I consider an unfunny joker, and she likes to make comments and get people roused.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I know some people like that. I'll do that every now and then, but I don't go that far.
Well, yeah, and that's what I said. You know, I even
like to
told my
aggravate
mom.
people too.
I even told my mom, you know, that was a problem for
Mom's
me.
telling the truth. and
No,
she
no,
knows
no,
she's
no,
telling
no,
the
You
no.
have the results, please.
Now,
Go and
now
get
you
the
finna see.
results. Your mother just want to aggravate you
Right.
and her. That's all. So I'm
Just
glad
say
you're
that
doing
I
all this
do it.
questioning prior to the child's ability to understand what's going on. Because I would hate, because her mother trying to aggravate and agitate you
Yes,
all,
Your Honor.
you come to national television and deny your child. You're the father, Johnny Coley. There you go.
Now what you gotta say now? What you gotta say now?
I'm sorry.
Can't grant you any emotional distress because of interpersonal relationship issues. At this point, all you're saying is because he tried to deny his child, you should receive
It's not
the
just
judgment.
that. I want him to help, you know, pay for things that I
You
paid
didn't sue for that. You said emotional distress. Have a good day. Your claim is dismissed. Of course, yours is dismissed. Have a good day. All right,
So,
great.
how you feel now?
Give them the results.
Can I have those results, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Ha ha, you is the daddy.
Now, you got
Thank
two.
you. John Coley, you are the father. Well, when we get back home, you know what you got to do. You got to step up and take care of your son because you got the proof now.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to have to keep fronting everything by myself.
You won't. I'm sorry.
Now,
for
can you
taking
stop
through
accusing
this.
me of sleeping with him, please?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that one.
That's crazy.
But I'm sorry for taking you through that.
You apologize to your son.
And I definitely will. I'm sorry, little man. I'm on my way home to get you.